total gross pay is all these details you have been given by your employer. If your employer hasn't provided to you, you need to request them to give them to you. And then you realize that there are different rates. There is January to June uh, income and income from July to December. This is because there was change in rates. If you can remember well, there was introduction to other tax bands. Like there was five for incomes above 500,000. There was an introduction of a band of 32.5%, and for those earning above 800,000, there was introduction of the 35% band. This is to basically make sure that the tax regime is progressive and that those who earn more actually pay more. So in our case, you need to do the summation. And luckily, I have a way to do it. That's the income. The pension, here you use E2, the actual contribution. And the actual contribution here from January to June is 6,480. So the July to December income for this person, I'll just take this amount then this other one, I love this, just doing the sum of this. So I get that. So I'm done with section F. I'll skip section L, the computation of insurance relief, and then first go to section M, which is details of the pay as you earn deducted. So in this, when you click the drop down button, you get the employer. We had assumed the employer here is KRA. The taxable salary is what can also be called the chargeable pay. So in this case, it is 1,197,761.61. The tax payable is the tax charged. It is normally column J. And it is the tax charge without the reliefs. And then you have the amount of pay as you earn. You'll also find it there. So that's the theme. So we come to computation of the insurance relief, and I'd like to just use NHIF, which is common because I currently don't have any insurance certificate with me. So the PIN of NHIF is P051 099232D. You can actually write it down, P0510992332D. Think my colleague can put it on the chat. Marian, kindly type your question in the chat. So the name of the insurance, it's NHIF. The type of year, we'll choose NHIF. The number you have your insurance, your NHIF number, the policyholder itself, and then in this case, the person contributed such amount. So if you look carefully, the relief gotten was for 30,000, 3,060, 15% of 20,400. Then we come to the final tab. Here we put the amount deducted from the pension. This is column defined or pension contribution. Kindly use the E2, which is the actual contribution. In this case, that was what he contributed. Then we have the personal relief. It is 2,400 per month, translating to 28,800 per year. And this person has no withholding credits. If the person had some form of maybe did consultancy or was a teacher who was paid for marking exams or has some withholding certificate, here is what the amount you'll put on where you actually have you paid from the withholding certificate, the amount declared there. And then in case you have a motor vehicle and you paid some advance tax, or maybe you have a business and you have paid advance tax on business. There are those who pay quarterly. This is also a place to put it. Also, if you have withholding tax for rental income, monthly rental income, there's a point. So after that, we have the number 14 or A31, which has the tax due or the refund due. So in this case, if you have anything positive, it means you need to pay KRA that amount. If it is negative, you are in a refund position. So before you actually upload this form or validate, make sure you confirm that amount. If you find it is large and has some discrepancy, you can actually call the KRA numbers and maybe ask for assistance, or you can actually find somebody to guide you through. Don't put yourself a large liability, because to remove it is usually a very challenging thing. So in this case, I'll validate. So sheets have been uploaded. Do you want to generate the upload file? I click yes. Okay. So I come back here. So I'll come to file return. Having a challenge with this test environment. Just a moment, we have been a little bit challenged with with this environment. Fortunately, we are back. So that was filing for income tax resident using the it I using the P9 form, or what we call IT1. So once you done that, you come to file return, and then you'll come to income tax resident individual, and then we'll come to this. After that, you'll choose this file to upload, the file which you type, which is self, the taxpayer PIN, the tax obligation, and the return period from. In this case, we are filing from 1st January 2023 to 31st December 2023. And then there's a question there. Do you have employment income? If you place no, it will take you back. If you place yes, because this for only employment income, then you can proceed. You're having a challenge with this? Yeah. So this what it brings. Yeah. So it will have a section A, which has the basic information, the taxpayer information. It will be already pre-filled. And then you have the return information, which has your employer provided you the car. You have a mortgage. Do you have life insurance? Do you have exemption certificate? Do you have an income from any foreign country? So in this case, ownership saving plans was repealed. It's no longer there. So that one should be removed. I'm sure somebody is working on that. Do you have life insurance policy? This, I said, includes NHIF. For any amount of premium you contribute, then you get a 15% relief. You have a mortgage, you also get a mortgage relief. Do you have, as employer provided you the car? This one is treated differently. It can be 2% of the value of the car per year, or some other rates. So it depends on the make also of the car. Do you have any income from a foreign country? I told you we have what we call the DTAA, double tax avoidance agreements with various countries. So if you have that, uh, then you'll have a section R where you select the country. If it's Chile, you know the tax will be different from Britain or Bolivia or Belgium or Bangladesh or even Uganda. East Africa countries have a different tax rate. So this one, you need to quickly just confirm. So in this case, we have the name of employer, the gross already filled. So you don't need to fill it again. Then you go to section L. This one you need to fill. We said you need to have the insurance certificate. And in this case, we are using the NHIF, which I told you to note down the PIN number, which is P051 099 232D. So once you put that, it will already pick the company. And then you go to type of company. When you select NHIF and you put in your NHIF number, and then the annual premium paid. And then you need to press add. Then you come to the section M, the details of pay as you earn deducted from source at source from salary. Then this information should match whatever you have in your T9. If it has any discrepancy, you go to file returns and download that. And then section Q, these are people who pay tax in advance. You could have paid tax in relation to business or in relation to vehicles. So you need to input there so that it can be deducted. And then you have section T. Here you need to come and input your pension contribution. And then we have personal relief, it's 28,800. And then it gives you a credit. If you're satisfied, you submit. If you're not, you don't. In this case, we said negative means refund and positive means tax due. I've already shown you how to file for IT1 return, and now I'm done showing how to file for ITR return. You can submit. You see it is bringing a error. So in this case, you need to go to section A and add your bank name, bank details, because that means a refund. So in this case, bank name, I would like to have my money paid via M-Pesa. So I'll choose M-Payment. And branch name, I'll pick M-Pesa. City or town, I'll pick Machakos. Account name, I'll choose my name, which is Waka. Account number, I'll input my number, my phone number. You can input your phone number and then you go back confirming if you have filed well. And then once convinced, then you submit. After I'm waiting for it to submit. After submitting, you can either download this return or you can download it and then keep it safely. So what it is loading, we have filed return for Waka. It's from east of Nairobi. And these are the details which we have filled. So we are done with that. So finally, if you have no income or you didn't make any income within the year under question, in this case, we were talking about year 2023, you file a nil return. You may be a student, you may be not have been employed. You need to file your returns each year. The penalty for late filing is 2,000. And if you have never filed, don't worry. We have the tax amnesty program ongoing. You need to be very keen. You just need to come and returns, file nil returns. You select the income tax resident individual. You go next. And because we had already filed for this, it says you can only be filed after 2024. However, I can try and log in with a different PIN. Let's try a different pin. Once you log in to any, it gives you the KRA data privacy statement and cookies. You need to agree. It will not allow you to go to anything unless you agree. So in this case, we're filing nil return for the year 2023, and then you submit. Mm, this person has withholding certificates, and they also have employment income, so they cannot actually file for that. And due to that, I'm done with my presentation. I want to look at your questions. So I'll start with Anne. Hi, I do not have section L. In order to activate section L, you need to, when in the basic, you need to say you have insurance. Basic info, you have insurance policy, section number 13, A13. You have to say yes in order to activate that. Um, Kindly remember to share this presentation for us for follow-up later. This presentation will be available on KRA TV. Mm, we will upload a video with everything. We cannot see the Excel sheet. I think this one we were having challenges with the test environment. How is insurance relief calculated? It is the 15% of the annual premiums paid. Mm, qualify for exemption. If income tax exemptions are applicable for those who have for people living with disability. Uh, Hello, I have worked for 3 companies during financial year 2023, and therefore I have 3 income streams. The challenges is now to compute NHIF, that is 15%, and pension contribution as well as which employer to use. Kindly assist. Collins, in the Excel sheet, you can actually add all your employers there. Tell each and every employer to give you a P9, and then you include all that data there. For the NHIF, say ask for a breakdown on how much they were deducting you, and then put it all together and add it to section L. Which pin of employer to use? Uh, you will use all. Let me try to show you how to do it. So in this case, employment income, you can add rows as many as you like. Even if you had 8 employers, there's space for it to include how much you earning from each of them. Um, since there are no further questions, I'd like to thank you for taking part in this exercise and for learning. I hope you will also teach somebody else. If you have any challenge, like for example, if you have any challenge to file, don't fail to actually involve us and call us. Uh, I'm about to just a moment. There's something I want to show you. So if you can't access your iTax because your iTax is locked, don't worry. You dial star 0711 099 999 or 999 0711 099 999. When you dial it, you press 3 for PIN retrieval. It will prompt you to enter your national ID card. And after you enter, you press hash to confirm. To lead to its confirmation of your ID number read out, like your ID number is, you press 1 to confirm and 2 to re-enter. And then the new password will be sent to your registered email. Yeah, Thank you and have a nice day. Can't see any more questions. I'll end the webinar.